Hey guys, welcome to When Spirit Talks, a podcast that explores the realm of spirituality. We're going to be talking about ancestral wounds and ancestral gifts today. And this comes up a lot in my practice and in my sessions with my clients. We are not made from nothing. There are people and loved ones that come behind us and also those that come in front of us or those that will come in front of us in the future. And I know you probably know about the ancestral wounds that could be passed on from your parents and grandparents and great-grandparents. But there are also gifts that they also pass down to you. And as much as I love healing, and as much as I think sometimes the gold of healing is in the shadow work, I feel like it's also important to look at the light, dark and light, both the same. When we think of healing, we often think of the things that we want to get rid of. We think of the things that we don't want in ourselves or in our lives and how to kind of move past those. We think about healing as in the wounds that we want to heal and close up, the things we don't want anymore, right? Those memories that kind of haunt us that we want to get rid of. But a lot of us forget about the inclusion piece and where we also not only dive into the dark, but also add in and reconnect with our strengths and our memories and our energy and where we integrate those together. Ancestral healing in a nutshell is about healing the patterns that were passed down to us so that we can move forward and make a deeper, more positive impact on our future lineage and on our current lives. Now, these patterns are deeply ingrained in our body. Our ancestral patterns are ingrained in our cells and our DNA. It's part of who we are, and it shapes the way we live, the way we show up, the way we grow. Often those patterns are part of the reason why we're here right now, so we can work through them and heal them and allow our soul to grow. The best part of ancestral healing is the acknowledgement you receive from your loved ones in your lineage. And whether you feel them or not, whether you know it or not, they are there and they're listening and they're watching, they're encouraging you from the sidelines and they're loving you from afar. They're hoping that you are the one who can shift things a bit. So even in their own lives, they played a part in shifting and healing through things that their ancestors left them with. And so they're encouraging you to do the same, to take the reins and to move forward and heal so that the rest of the lineage is just bathed in amazing healing. There's always one person in the lineage that was born to shake things up. And if you're listening to this right now, it is probably you. So when you begin unpacking the lessons that your ancestral lineage has left you, you'll find a beautiful healing journey. And I'm telling you, it's what life is all about. I'm going to talk about the most common lessons that I've seen in my practice as a Reiki Master, Akashic Records reader, and priestess with the Order of Melchizedek. And I want to share those with you now. The first lesson is in finding a way to unmute your voice. There are so many people that have suffered over the years and even currently from a deep fear or an inability to use their voice in the way they want to. So it's almost like there's this invisible restriction in the way maybe they express emotions or express their feelings or stand up for themselves or anything having to do with their voice. And sometimes this is because they are energetically holding on to the wounds of their ancestors. And it's something you can work through. In the past, our ancestors might not have been able to express things the way you can actually begin expressing them now. Times were different. Things are different now. Even though they might not have been able to vocalize their wants and their needs, you can actually flip the script and start working on moving through that. You can unmute your voice. The second thing that I've seen is a deep-seated fear. Now, in the past, everything was different. The world was scary at times. The way your ancestors were brought up were different. Their experiences were different. Their belongings were different. Everything has shifted. One generation to the next, there's always something that's different. Even when I think about my own childhood and how I grew up, like I remember when the internet like first came out and we had that AOL like dial tone, that dial-up connection. We couldn't fast forward through TV shows. We couldn't pause the TV. Like simple things like that I think about, because now with my own daughter, you can have every single episode of any show on Netflix or Hulu. She doesn't have to wait for TGIF Fridays to watch her favorite shows. It's just always accessible right now. And so technology has advanced and the needing to wait for things has decreased. I really feel like patience has become something that we need to recultivate. Waiting is something that we need to recultivate, because right now a lot of things are just at the tip of our fingers and we can grasp things so much easier. But back then with your ancestors, that probably was not the case. And that fear of survival, or that fear of not having enough, or that fear of maybe never getting what they need is something that could be showing up in your lives. It was a part of life for them. And that might have been impacting your ability to live life now. The third thing is bypassing joy and happiness. So your ancestors most likely bypassed joy and happiness to focus on surviving and living and getting through things. People in the past didn't have the medical technology that we have now. And so getting sick years and years and years ago is so different from getting sick now. Child mortality rates are so different now than they were in the past. And so again, even though you're living in society now and you have opportunities to receive all of this care and to experience joy and happiness, there might be a part of that pattern within you that is hindering your ability to really feel joyous in the moment. What I've felt with my clients is it's hard to hang on to the good moments. For a lot of us, when something really good happens, we often either brush it aside, or we push it away, or we hang on to it for like 5 seconds before everything else comes in, our responsibilities. But hanging on to joy is something that you can really try to do. And it's so simple. And the longer you hold on to it, the easier it will be to hold on to that in the future. We all know that our wounds hold a story and they help us heal. But there's something even better. Our ancestral gifts are so potent and they can help you thrive. And so by tapping into your ancestral wounds and overcoming those, and then tapping into your ancestral gifts and adding those in, you have the power to receive long-standing generational abilities that you can use to your advantage. Your ancestral gifts are unique to you and they help you heal. And they make it a lot more fun. And I've had so many ancestral healing calls where we really dive into each individual person and what wound is showing up for them the most, how to move past that, and we do that together. And not only that, we then find out the gifts and how to integrate those into your life. So those are one of my favorite calls to do. When you discover an ancestral gift that's ready to be received, and I say that because not everything will be at your fingertips. I mentioned before that we need to learn to wait until timing is right. There's always a gift that you're ready to receive, and there might be plenty more. And you're probably not going to get all of your ancestral gifts at one time. But once you discover the gift that is ready to be received, everything starts shifting and healing gets easier and you feel more empowered. You experience success at lightning speed because you're utilizing the energy that is not only within you, but the energy that is within your lineage over lifetimes and generations. I wanted to share some of the most common or unique ancestral gifts that many people have. And so I'll list them now, But like I said, everyone has their own. And the things that come up during sessions are incredible because sometimes they're gifts and wounds that you didn't even know. So some of the gifts that you might have carried with you are divine love, musical abilities, healing abilities, psychic abilities, deep empathy, a desire for innovation, an ability to express yourself clearly, and even like that fighting spirit or resilience. Again, it's not a complete list, but those are some of the ones that I often find come up with my clients during sessions. Whatever is meant for you to know in that moment is what is shown to you, the wounds and the gifts. Your ancestors are ready to watch you walk ahead, watch you speak your truth, watch you heal from the things that you need healing from. They know what you're ready for and they're ready to support you, and they are always supporting you, especially if you're open to that support. Your ancestral wounds are your teachers, but so are your ancestral gifts. Begin to kind of become aware of what's going on. What patterns do you see in your lineage on your maternal or your paternal side? What are the wounds that you see showing up over and over again? What are the gifts that you see showing up over and over again? 9 times out of 10, you probably have those as well, in addition to different ones, because again, you come to this world on this earth for a purpose, and your wounds and your gifts are a part of your purpose. If you are ready to discover and uncover your own ancestral healing, wounds, and gifts, you can book an ancestral healing call with me, and we will discover the most prominent wound that is impacting your well-being in the moment, transmute it, heal it, and replace it with that beautiful gift that's ready to be used. The love and healing that people experience is just incredible. It's heartwarming. It's so touching because you access the love from your ancestors in that sacred space, and you literally feel them around you as you're doing the work. Remember to heal your wounds, but also add in the gifts. Add in the lightness as you uncover the darkness. Feel that positivity and feel that joy. Remember to train yourself to enjoy the joy a bit more. Your body, your soul, and your ancestors will thank you. To book a session with me, you can head to my website, liveandbreathereiki.com, or visit my Instagram at I am Stephanie Ruth.